It's March, baby. Welcome back to another episode of the Flagrant Talk sports podcast. It's me, Isaiah, here with my favorite co-host, Mr. Moses Firmino.
What's going on, everybody?
And today, it's March, like we said. And we said we got tons of videos. We meant it. This is the first of many. And it's a big one.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big one. We will be projecting the conference winner for every single conference tournament ahead of March Madness. Mo and I have done our research. Yet again, we have not asked each other who we picked for a single one. We like to make it authentic, to have the discussions as we're filming. And so that's what we got now. But all of our picks are in. And before we get started, shout out to Caitlin Clark. It just happened like an hour ago. All-time leading scorer in D1. Passing up Pistol Pete. It's an absolute bucket. Was watching her before we were recording. She's hitting step backs at the Iowa logo. Insane. So before we, in March fashion, gotta give a little shout out to Caitlin Clark. But Mo, it's that time, baby.
Another Caitlin Clark ad real quick. My roommate told me, shout out Riley. Yeah. The Indiana Dream, I believe, are projected to get the number one pick in the WNBA. Their ticket prices have already doubled for next season because they're expecting Caitlin Clark to come in. So just shows the impact that she has on the sport, and
absolutely
excited to see her career grow because it's just beginning. And it has been crazy to be growing up in this time, dude. There's a lot of amazing stuff going on in sports, and
totally, man,
it should be appreciated. But super excited for
it's insane. If you're a fan of the Fever and you're used to getting tickets all the time, those tickets have doubled at least, and that's just now. It's the same thing with like when Zion was coming out of Duke, and the Pelicans tickets were like boom, or Wemby going to San Antonio, where it's just an instant like, all right, those tickets are gone. So good luck. But with that said, with the shout outs intact, we will be going in order. The first conference tournament game, the first conference tournament starts today, technically, when you're seeing it. We are filming the video the day before, so there will be a couple of results that we won't know at the time, but like Seton Hall and UConn played earlier, so we have the results of that, everything like that. But starting off with the Atlantic Sun Conference, Moses, who's your pick?
So I'm going to start us off with saying there's a lot of NCAA college basketball teams. Some teams get watched more than others, and I won't lie, I don't believe I watched a single game from this conference. But as an analyst, I did my due diligence and did my research, and that's all I can do in this scenario when I don't really have much to work with. I didn't watch them live. But I think this is going to come down to the top two teams in the conference. And I'm going with the second pick, second-ranked team, Stetson. I like them a little bit more over. That's Eastern Kentucky? So I couldn't find that. Eastern Kentucky. I like Eastern Kentucky has amazing bigs. One of their bigs is averaging 3 blocks a game, which is insane. It's insane. But Stetson is very guard dominant. They beat Eastern Kentucky in their one matchup this season, 87-79. So they have the head-to-head to them. If they play them again in the championship, I think they're gonna handle them again, and that's what I think it's gonna come down to. I'm liking Stetson here, Zay. Who do you got?
I have, ironically enough, the number 3 team. I have Lipscomb coming through. They are 67th in the net offensively, so they're the highest in their conference on the offensive side. Good guard play. That gets you far in March. It gets you far in your conference tournament. Darren Boyd is the player to watch for Lipscomb. He's putting up like 17 points a game, drives the offense for them. The ASUN is going to be interesting. I like watching these conference tournaments. This is when I tune in. I watch every conference game, especially of these smaller ones that I don't pay a lot of attention to throughout the season, because I want to see all their games. I want to see how they're playing in March. We know what 16 seeds can do. We know what 15 seeds can do. We know what these one bid conferences can do in March. The Atlantic Sun is one of those where I will be tuning in, because is it going to be hard to pick a 16 over a 1 or a 15 over a 2? Absolutely. Yes. Will I do it? Probably not. But I'm going to give them their respect. It's going to be a competitive conference where it feels like the top 3 are going to kind of cannibalize each other to get into March. The opening one of this conference tourney. And let's do it, baby. 2 different picks.
I said I see it as being 1 and 2, but Lipscomb, they had a great year. Beat Eastern Kentucky to end of the year off. Stetson lost their final game of the year, which worries me a little bit. But they have had great bounce back games this season. So we're gonna see, man. Tourney, as you said, starting today. So
I can't wait to literally, as this video's up, I'll probably be tuning into those games. So it'll be awesome, man. Can't wait.
Yep. Great picks
Next
there.
Up,
jumping over the Patriot. Yep.
Do you want to tackle this off, Rip?
I'll start us off, because my heart obviously was telling me, man, why not take Boston?
Of course.
They had, I'm forgetting his name, but he had a Otto, I think. Otto had a Otto Landrum. He was a little bit of a star to start the season off with his edit, shouting out his mom. Hasn't really had that much of a good season outside of that, but he talked about it. He was on a podcast. He talked about it. He was like, bro, I know I'm not going to the league. It's fun. I'm having fun, man. But
that's awesome.
I was trying to go that route, but after doing the research, I think it's a pretty clear-cut win here for Colgate. Making a return to March Madness under the same coach who in 2019 they pushed Tennessee a little bit as a 15 seed.
They did. I remember that.
That was a really good game. They couple things go their way and they would have been moving on, but I think Colgate handles their conference tournament and gets back in.
I totally agree with you. The fighting toothpaste of Colgate, who've kind of become like a staple in March. This is their league to lose in the Patriot. Their identity these past couple years has been 2 things. 1, we're gonna shoot the 3 ball a lot, and we're gonna live by it, and we're gonna die by it. And 2, this team in particular is very sound defensively. Like it's arguably their biggest strength as a team. Colgate has felt like the team that's just due to be a 15 seed that upset someone, due to be a 14 seed, whatever they are. Maybe this is the year they crack through. They'll 100% be a team that I will be giving attention to. Is Colgate, they feel like one of those prototypical 15/2 games, and that's what we got. Same pick there. Love it.
Love it, man. This conference was an interesting conference to research.
Yes,
interesting concert. Zay, you wanna start us off here with who you got in the Sun Belt?
So very, very, very interesting, because JMU this year spent time ranked. They were a kind of staple in brackets. It seemed as though they were like set to be like an 11 seed or a 12 seed, which is always a seed that's set in a position to go on a little run. And all of a sudden, Appalachian State has kind of just been on a tear through the Sun Belt. They're 14-1 in their last 15 games. They're streaky at the right time. This is an interesting conference, because if in a situation where App State wins, JMU, if they make it to the chip and lose to App State, I think we'll at least have somewhat of a case to be an at-large bid. you don't want to leave it to that, especially in the Sun Belt.
For sure.
But I have App State winning this. I feel like, they're on fire, but I feel like most people, as you can see in the projections, are picking JMU to win.
Yeah.
I believe that's 56% of brackets. I like App State. They're hot at the right time, and they kind of just have the recipe for winning the Sun Belt and getting in as an 11 seed or 12 seed that you do not want to play against.
Yeah.
So that's what I got. What have you got, Mo?
I was debating as well between App State and JMU.
Mm-hmm.
Troy gave me an interesting case. They had some good wins this year from Troy. I didn't really realize, but the Sun Belt Conference was interesting. James Madison is on a 10-game win streak to end the year. Their last loss coming from App State.
Yeah.
And App State's on a little 7-game heater to end the season as well. Like you said, 14-1. App State beat JMU both times this season that they played. So if it comes down to it, little worried there. But I'm going with James Madison, man. They started their season off beating the 4th-ranked team in the nation, unranked in overtime.
It was Michigan State, right?
State, yep.
Which is crazy to imagine them ranked 4th, given how they've played.
Yes.
But continue.
But just I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, man. They have the better wins in my eyes this season. Doesn't mean anything. Everything's different once the conference tourney rolls around. But I'm gonna give it to James Madison. Just by an edge, man. It's gonna be a fun tournament. I'm tuning into that conference tournament for sure.
I am hoping that we get an App State James Madison chip, because I think that game would be so fun. It's funny you bring up that App State went 2-0 against JMU.
Yep.
Because I will reference it when we get to the conference. The reason I don't have a particular team winning their conference, even though I think they're playing better and they went 2-0 against the team, is it's hard to beat a team 3 times.
It is.
That's really, especially a team you play every year at home, on the road, in the conference tourney. Like, that's tough. That almost was enough to give me JMU. It feels like a 50-50 toss-up. Troy obviously is going to be in the mix, but it feels like it's between App State and JMU.
Yeah, it feels like a 2-team race for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Horizon League.
Horizon, baby. Yeah, this is one of those ones where whoever gets in, they're probably a 16. Not probably. They're going to be a 16 seed. Out the gate, I have Youngstown State making their first ever NCAA appearance, winning the Horizon League.
Yep.
They've just gotten hot at the right time. That's always the difference maker for me. No matter the league, no matter the teams, if you're hot in March, that's a recipe for success.
Yep.
Listen, again, I've said it before. You got to tune into these 16 seed games now, because last year we had a 15 and 16 seed win. This is one of those teams that you're going to want to track. But yeah, it feels like it's between them and Oakland.
Oh, the contrary, my friend.
Yeah.
I found out something last night.
Yes, go ahead.
Blew my mind. Wright State is the 5th ranked offense on points per game in the nation.
Wow. Damn.
In the nation.
Buckets. Straight buckets.
They are first in the country in field goal percentage.
Damn.
Give me Wright State.
I'm not mad. I do want to say, too, the University of Green Bay, I believe they had one of the worst seasons last season. I feel like they won like 2 games. And so to see them kind of right the ship in the Horizon is cool. Like, I believe they're 3rd in their conference.
Yep.
So it's cool to see them doing well. But yeah, hey, if you can't stop a team from scoring, or if a team is on fire, I'm not mad at Wright State either.
Like, they're obviously, it's a two-sided game. You got to play D2.
Yeah,
their defense isn't the greatest, but
yeah,
just that offensive scoring power and their ability to do that and just outrun teams. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. They've been a tournament 16, 15 seed.
Yeah.
I think it was 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
So they have a little turning experience. I believe it's the same coach. So
yeah,
I'm a rock with the Wright State boys, but
love it. Good pick, baby.
Thank you. Jumping over to the Ohio Valley.
Here we are, baby. I have got in this Morehead State. Morehead State is another team that has been in the tournament recently.
Yep.
The player to watch is guard Riley Minix, who's putting up 20.3 points per game as a guard. Like I said, guard play gets you far in March.
Yes.
This is the kind of guy, you never know. This is a prototypical guard who, against a higher seed, can go off, can drop 30, can be a difference maker. Morehead State has been pretty solid all year, has had a pretty good grasp of the conference.
Yes.
And I feel like in a lot of ways, similar to Colgate, it's kind of their conference to lose.
I agree, man. I agree with you. Only worry I have with this team is they were first in their conference in points allowed per game.
Yeah. The boys ain't playing D.
They're not sticking defense.
No.
But like you said, guard play, got scores. I just kind of didn't really bat an eye at any one of these other teams once I looked at the stats. So I'm rocking with Morehead, but
it feels like it would be. And again, we get those bid stealers, and for anyone who is worried that like we're gonna pick the top team every time, we're gonna do this. Obviously, I don't know Mo's list. I have bid stealers in here because they happen every year. They have to happen. The top team doesn't win. The second best team doesn't always win. But Morehead State to me has just felt like the most solid team. They're also have the highest net ranking. So if you're into that kind of stuff, they're 117th in the net, which is, I believe, like 40 spots higher than the next closest. So yeah, I'm glad we both have Morehead State. They feel like probably a 14, 15 seed, somewhere in that mix.
Yeah, for sure.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Jumping over to the Northeast Conference.
Man.
Kind of like you said, man. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a two-team race.
Absolutely.
In the Northeast Conference. And I'm going with Central Connecticut.
Yeah.
Really good season from them.
Yeah.
They are leading the league in most offensive categories.
Yeah.
Guards. They got good guards again. And guard play in March, as you talked about.
It's a recipe for good things.
It is. Obviously, bigs do their thing in March too, but it just
totally
those big shots, having the ball in their hands a lot of the time, having to find that open guy in those key spots. I'm trusting the guard play here, and I'm also East Coast a little bit. I'm rocking with the Connecticut boys, but Merrimack was giving me a very good debate. Very good debate though for this conference.
And you set me up nicely, my sir. I have Merrimack winning the conference. They are finally eligible to make the tournament. Quick little annoying sidebar. The fact it takes 4 years when a team switches over, because I believe, if I have my facts right, this is off the top of my head, I believe Merrimack won their conference tournament last year over Fairleigh Dickinson.
They did.
And they weren't eligible. Because I remember being like, that's BS. they're the best team. No hate on Fairleigh Dickinson, but that's not fair that Fairleigh Dickinson gets in. And then FDU said, don't worry, we'll make things right. We'll pull off an upset over Purdue. And so then that way, because I remember being like, all right, I'll shut up then. If you're going to come out and beat a 1 seed, then cool. But so I feel like Merrimack's their top 3 scorers are all guards.
Yep.
It feels like it's annoying to hear the same point brought up time and time again, but the proof is in the pudding.
It is.
And I feel like Merrimack has that. But I agree with you. It does kind of feel like a 2-team race. And it feels like we just picked the 2 teams in that race.
We did. But we'll see. When is that? March 6th, I believe that tourney starts.
Yeah.
We'll see in a few days.
Yeah. The Big South.
The Big South. How are you feeling down here? I
love it. There's one team I love.
Okay. Lay it on me. Lay it on me.
High Point is a team I really, 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 really want to see in the tournament. They have the 26th best offense in all of college basketball.
Yep.
Their defense isn't great. And that is scary. But when you're a double-digit seed, they feel like a 13 seed. And I'll be blunt. There's some teams that are going to end up in the 4, 5, 6 seed region that I don't like.
Yeah.
Straight up. And I get it's crazy to be projecting a 13 seed. High Point is one of those teams that I will be paying plenty of attention to. They've been amazing all season. And similarly to Colgate or to a Morehead State, it kind of feels like they're a conference to lose.
Yeah.
Give me High Point, and when we fill out our brackets in a video, put a little pin in what is being said now, because I'm sipping the Kool-Aid. I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah. I also went with High Point. I was not as high as you were on them.
Yeah.
No pun intended, but Gardner Webb was a team for me in this conference.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know what was drawing me to them, but I just their season was kind of up and down. They had a fairly good conference schedule. I mean, conference regular season schedule. They did pretty solid, but I just kind of think High Point, best team in the conference.
Yeah.
As you said, they can score, leading their conference and scoring 26 in the nation. I'm a rock with the High Point University.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of their mascot, but I don't have it. So.
I'm not fully versed. They are. If you're looking to watch a conference tournament that you know little to nothing about, and you just want to kind of tune into some of those double-digit seeds that have to win their conference to get in, I highly advise you watch High Point.
No, this is a really good. Like even Longwood, they are top of the table in the conference, like tied with High Point for best
Longwood
conference, best conference record. So, this 1 through 5 here could really.
It's going to be competitive.
Conference. Yeah.
It's going to be competitive. What I'm saying about High Point too is just I like them. So I want to see them win it, but I also think they are the best team. So it kind of goes hand in hand there.
Yep, for sure.
This next one is fun, and I want you to kick this off.
The Missouri Valley.
Man. Highly competitive.
Very competitive.
Had a ranked team in here in Indiana State. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, their big man. The funniest nickname in ball right now.
Yep. But I'm going with trust issues. I'm going with Drake.
Me too, baby.
I'm taking Drake.
Me too.
Love their season. Not at the top of the conference, but it's one game.
Yeah.
They've been lucked. They've been looking good to end the year. Most of their losses came in the Sorry about that. That was stupid. That was a stupid take. That one was going nowhere. I was about to say something, and that one was going nowhere.
I respect mid take being like, no, I'm not even gonna let it out.
Like I was gonna let it fly, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah.
But they are, dude. What is going on? I was just trying to to get my notes to come up, but they great offense. Sorry, great offense. like we've said, pretty solid D2. The not one-sided team. And 1 through 5, and they got a little bit of depth. They have some depth over at Drake. So
they do.
I'm liking that as an option because sometimes it screws team having no bench scoring, but they got that. So I'm going with Drake.
Yeah, as for Indiana State, they looked like they were due to be an auto bid. They were ranked 23rd in the nation. They were on fire. In that same week, they took 2 god-awful losses in conference to Illinois State and Southern Illinois. That at this point, it's not a lock, but they might have to win the Missouri Valley to get in. And it was not like that a little while ago. They've bounced back. They're trending in the right direction. They have a big game against Murray State here coming up. They should win. They're due to win. I think the line I'm seeing is they're -14, so they're due. I have Drake as well.
They play today. Drake plays today.
Yes. Tucker DeVries of Drake, a 6'7" combo guard forward, putting up 21.7 points per game, 6.9 rebounds per game, and 3.6 assists per game. He just had a 39-point performance as well. So if you're looking for a guy who can heat up in March, can kind of do everything for this Drake team, the team kind of runs through him. And I like Drake, man. That is not a fun matchup if they make it to the tournament for any team. So
and they got some experience, been there before.
They do.
So
there's potential that them and Indiana State both make it. But if you're either team, you do not want to bet on the committee being generous with you. So
you're gunning for the title. So
you got to go out there and earn it, and then you don't even have to sweat it. You go into selection Sunday, you're an 11-12 seed, and boom, let's go.
Yep.
So that's what we got. I'm glad we both got a Drake there.
Yep.
WCC ball.
Good ol' Zay. Are you taking our hometown team in the Gonzaga Bulldogs? Or are you going a different route?
So this is a season. So for people who don't know, I have been a diehard Zags fan since I was born. I have like baby photos and Zags jerseys and stuff. I watch every Zags game. They're the only team I can say I watch every single one of their games. I'm saying all this as a preface that, to get that, if you think I'm biased, if you think anything like that, this is a 3-team race that is more of a 2-team race. St. Mary's, Gonzaga, and San Francisco.
Yep.
Gonzaga last night against St. Mary's showed everyone, all of college basketball, Graham Ike deserves to be in conversations with a Zach Edey. He deserves to be in those best big man in college basketball conversations. I'm not saying he's as dominant as Edey. I'm not saying anything like that. But he is on fire right now. He's putting up like 24 points per game in his last stretch of games. The Zags were a team that Mo and I have talked about it all season, was 100% out on. Yes. There was no like fire. There was no hope. It was kind of just like, it's over. And they look like a totally different team. To me, no bias, they look closer to a single-digit seed than being out of the tournament.
I couldn't agree more. This team finally showed what we've been waiting for the entire season out of the squad. We knew they had the talent.
Without a doubt.
We knew that Mark Few is solidified. Obviously, he's been here. He's done that. He's like it. It was a uncharacteristic season from Gonzaga, and that's crazy to say because they're 24-6.
Exactly.
It feels like such an overreaction looking at it now.
Yeah.
But it was serious. It was bad. It was
bad basketball. It was really bad.
It was just poor.
Yeah.
From every side. Horrible defense, not knowing what we're doing in different sets. Not like it was just
terrible shooting.
Yes.
God awful shooting.
Couldn't throw it in the ocean. It was just it was awful. But as you said last night, huge win over St. Mary's.
Just dominant.
EK saw him. He went to Wyoming before transferring Gonzaga. Saw him live as I'm a Boise State Bronco, and he worked us multiple times. We beat them because Wyoming wasn't really that tough. Sorry, Boise, but he averaged 20 his last season before transferring to Gonzaga. Like he's a really good big.
He is.
Nemhard's figuring it out. It's just it's great to see.
He's coming off his best game too.
Yeah,
and the big thing for Nemhard, he's a for those who don't know, this is Andrew Nemhard's brother, Ryan Nemhard. He played at Creighton and then transferred to Gonzaga and is now the starting guard there. So it's kind of cool. Andrew Nemhard played at Gonzaga, transferred there from Florida. So kind of a cool family connection there for those who don't know. But he's a phenomenal playmaker. His passes, he had a couple in that St. Mary's game that were phenomenal.
Yes.
But it was what he was doing scoring. You know, he doesn't really do that. That isn't something he like prides himself on doing or feels the need to do.
Yeah.
And when he flips that switch, they're nearly unbeatable. Like him, Ike, ever since they subbed out Dusty Stromer for Ben Gregg, they have only lost one game, and it was to St. Mary's, who is a certified tournament team, a dangerous team.
Got to give them their flowers too.
Give them their flowers.
Talking about Gonzaga, but St. Mary's has been on fire this year.
They've been so good
all year up until probably last night. Looked like the West Coast Conference favorite just because Gonzaga was so rocky and so inconsistent. Couldn't feel confident picking them, but after last night,
I'm rolling with the hot hand.
I'm rolling with the film and what I saw. So
going with
Gonzaga. Yeah,
I agree, man. Not a team if they end up on that 8-9 line and they get a 1 seed,
dude, that is dangerous.
Purdue smacked them up earlier this year, but this Zags team is very different now.
Yes.
Like, if you're able to go into Kentucky and beat them, you can beat pretty much anyone.
100%.
So, got Gonzaga.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Summit. What do you got here?
I've got the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State. They have also kind of become a bit of a staple in March.
For sure.
With some experience, 15 seed, 16 seed. Obviously, Oral Roberts had that awesome run. North Dakota is also a solid program as well. But I've got the Jackrabbits coming through in the Summit.
For sure. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Denver has the NCAA leading scorer.
Yeah.
So that's a little interesting.
Sorry, repeat that one more time.
Denver, the University of Denver, they have the NCAA leading scorer. Let me get his name. Tommy Bruner. Averaging 24.5 points a game.
My God.
Locked in, but team hasn't been clicking, I guess. But that was just a little nugget I want to add. But I also got South Dakota State, top of the conference.
Yeah.
Staple. Kind of similar to that kind of fast-paced team that made it. Was that last year, 2 years ago? Just very, very similar build to that team. And I think they lost, but I think they pushed the team in the first round.
They played Gonzaga a couple years ago too. They had I'm blanking on the kid's name, but he was putting up he was a wing. He was putting up like 22, 23 a game.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of years. I was like a sophomore in high school, and it was close.
Yeah.
They were sticking around. Obviously, a very different team now, but South Dakota State has been a great program the past couple seasons, and I'm giving them their respect again here in the Summit.
I agree. We're jumping on over to the Coastal Athletic.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, do you want to kick us off here?
I will kick us off here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the team that hold on. Yeah, they made it last year. I'll go with the UNC Wilmington Seahawks.
Great pick. Great pick.
They had a little bit of a rougher conference schedule than the top two teams, obviously, but really love this team. Offensive juggernaut.
Yes.
Great guards, like we've been saying. A little bit of the tournament experience under the same coach that has made it. Vet squad. Lots of positives from this team. Experience. The offense. A little bit of a sleeper considering
another one of those teams.
Yep.
Tune in.
So that's what I got. My little shout out to the Coastal.
I agree with you. A little nugget as well. If you're looking to see what kind of teams they've beaten, if they have a sizable victory, they beat Kentucky this year. So if you want to know, hey, can they hang around with some of those top 15 teams, those top 20 teams? They can not only hang around with them, they can beat them.
Yep.
So that's a team out of the Coastal Athletic that I will be tuning in to see as a potential upset team that could go on one of those Cinderella runs. The Seahawks have been great, as you said. Their offense, and I love veteran teams. They go hand in hand with guard play, where you need that kind of combination to go far, and they have all of the ingredients necessary to go on a run. So same pick.
Love it. Nice and simple.
Love it.
Jumping over to the Southern.
I
have a slight feeling we're going to be similar here, unless you're going off the board. But you got Stanford.
Yep. Same things apply. That offense is. I want to see them in the tournament.
Dude.
It's so good. They've put up 80 plus in 18 of their games.
That's insane. That's just insane.
Just buckets.
Yeah.
Their defense is not great.
No, that was my one worry.
But
defensively pretty bad. But
dude, they can score with the best.
They shoot almost 50% as a team.
Jesus.
From the field on the season. Like, what, dude?
That is
when a team shoots 50% on you, you're like, we tried, we scored as much as we could, but averaging that, I don't know how much more we got to talk about that. But
no, I want to see Samford make it too. So I guess that's also the factor of like they have the makings of a double-digit seed that goes on a run.
100%.
Yeah.
Jumping over to the America East.
Yeah.
This one.
Sorry, go ahead.
I feel like it should be a simple answer.
Agreed.
But growing up in Massachusetts, I had a couple family members live in Lowell. It's a good town. Good city. I didn't know they had a good basketball team. They're locked in this year. But Vermont made it to the tournament.
So consistent.
I believe last year.
I
believe because Bryant made it. That was like 2020. If not last 2 seasons.
Yeah, because I know they made it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Because I remember them pulling off. I had them. For some reason, my brain remembers them playing at Alabama. Is that true? I don't know.
I feel like that's
but it
true.
feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with Vermont. I'm not gonna go off the board.
No,
but
14-1 in conference play, like they're just on fire.
Yeah.
So
and 3's D, they got it.
They got it. Another team with the intangibles of a team that can go on a run.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. Oh,
Jumping over to the conference tourney that I could watch live in Boise.
Yes, you can.
That has your school.
Go Eags.
Are you rocking with your Eagles? Going with the Grizzlies? You going with the Weber State? What do you got?
We're hot. Weber State's on fire. I gotta give them their respect. They're not a team to mess around with in the Big Sky.
Yep.
For those who don't know, I am a EWU alumni. Same with Colin Coward. Same with the one and only Cooper Cup.
Kendrick Bourne.
There's legends. Tyler Harvey was a bucket in college. I believe he led NCAA scoring for one of the years, or he was high. He was putting up like 24 a game. He was so fun. He was electric.
Yeah.
The Eags last year broke my heart. They won their regular season conference title. They did it again this year. They went into the tournament last year, got upset by Northern Arizona in the first round. It broke my heart. It was off a game winner. I was very disappointed because obviously you got to win this conference to get in. But I've got Eastern winning the Big Sky. 4 of their starters are back from last year. It's a veteran team. They're going to look to bounce back from what was a disappointing outing, and they're on fire again. They've been great through the Big Sky. Obviously, Montana's good. Eastern just had a 108-104 win yesterday against Montana State.
In
OT.
Highest scoring out of the season.
Yeah, it was amazing. They're looking for a bounce back. And yes, there's a little bias in here. Yes, I will accept that. But the fact they're 20-10 after losing Steele Venters, who transferred to Gonzaga, they've just been a consistently good program. And they gave Kansas some problems the last time they were in the tournament with the Groves brothers. I think they're back in again as like a 15 seed. Go Eags. Please, 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 please don't break my heart again. That's what we got.
I agree. I'm rocking with your Eagles as well. Weber State, like you said, it's been hot. Beat St. Mary's. In their second game of the year, they were ranked 23rd in the country at the time. So
that's a good team.
Yeah, they've shown they can play good ball against good teams. But I'm gonna stick with the Eags. Like you said, redemption season, 4 starters back. I just like the roster, and I'm gonna support the squad. So
that's what I'm saying. And hey, listen, if you're a fan of Montana, the Grizz, if you're a fan of Weber State, I'm not gonna knock you. Obviously, we got upset last year by Northern Arizona, who's in the same spot again this year. I believe they're like 13-17, 14, one of those, and they're kind of due to try and upset a season again this year. But I think the Eags got it. They got the veteran leadership. They're locked in. My guys are ready. Let's go win the Big Sky.
Agreed.
The A-10.
A-10.
Oh, man, I can't wait.
This conference is fire. Loaded.
Fuego. So fun. Who have you got, Mo?
Dude, it was hard to make a pick looking off stats in this one because, like, there's no clear-cut favorite, I think, in this conference.
There's not.
Like, UMass is leading the conference in scoring. Dayton's leading the conference in field goal percentage. Dayton is a defensive leader in points allowed a game. UMass, everything is just kind of widespread.
Yeah.
But for me, the consistency, the efficiency on both sides of the ball, I'm going to go with the Dayton Flyers to win the A-10.
Yeah. They've been ranked. They've been quality. They're the one team in here where no matter what, they're a lock. They could get upset in their first round during March Madness. Just lost a close one too to Loyola Chicago, who is hot.
Yes.
This conference is amazing. You have 9 teams with 18 or more wins.
So crazy.
Like, just so much. It's a very deep pool of talent. I referenced it earlier that there's going to be bid stealers. I've got the Richmond Spiders, 14-2 in conference. They've been kicking butt. Dayton's already in. I love Loyola Chicago. The Fighting Sister Jeans have been backing at them again this year. Shout out Massachusetts. UMass has been good as well. But I've got Richmond coming through. Jordan King, the guard, absolute bucket, a very, very fun player to watch play. This is a conference that I have been tuning into. And Dayton has been ranked. They've been solid all year. But I've got Richmond as a bit of a bid stealer here to kind of shrink that bubble a little bit.
I like it. Yeah, for me personally, it was between Richmond, Loyola, and Dayton.
Yeah,
but
me too.
Like you said, 9 teams with 18 plus wins. Like,
insane.
Very deep, solid conference. I didn't realize till I was looking at the stats end of the season.
Like, this is going to be, if I was ranking conference tournaments off of how excited I am to see it shape out, this is probably top 5
for sure. And considering it's not a Power 5, big that's saying a lot.
So. It is. I respect this conference a lot, and they've got a couple teams I think that could do some damage. I think if Loyola Chicago wins too, that's similar to Richmond. That's not a team you want to play
for sure.
So, very excited to see it. It would also be cool to see Dayton win it and say, "Hey, we've been the best team, and we're in March and we're ready to go." So, it'll be competitive for sure.
100%. The good old ACC.
Sorry. It's been
Sorry. Went down the wrong windpipe there.
Deep breath. I feel that way when I watch Virginia play, but go ahead.
I have a feeling I know who you're picking.
Oh, do you?
Wait. Frick, I just forgot. Never mind, bro. Can you start? I need to look this up before I say this because I'll be.
Okay. Lock in here for a Yap session. The ACC.
Did Chris Paul go to the team you're did it? I couldn't remember.
No, he did not.
Okay.
I'll address them, but no, sadly not.
Okay.
The ACC, this has not been a normal season. Really, only 3 teams are guaranteed to get in. North Carolina, Duke, and Clemson. And then Virginia, who is hurting themselves in every way possible to get in. Wake Forest, who beat Duke, got a marquee win. And they haven't looked great since. A bad loss to Notre Dame. They lost to Virginia Tech yesterday. Syracuse is not a bubble team. They're not into me. Pittsburgh has kind of played themselves out as well. I have North Carolina. RJ Davis, one of my favorite players in all of college basketball, a North Carolina legend. When he hangs the jersey up. Armando Bacot, who has been playing great basketball as well. I just feel like this is North Carolina's conference. Duke is putting up a great fight, though. And Clemson is my sleeper. Clemson is just kind of flown under the radar as a tournament team, as everything. And I could see them kind of pulling off an upset. I love Wake Forest. I love Wake Forest. Hunter Salas, Efton Reed, the story about their head coach going into this season. They're just a feel-good story. They're a team I want to see in, but they're not helping themselves. So I've got North Carolina winning the ACC. What have you got, Mo?
I agree. For me, I think North Carolina is the best team in the ACC by a slim margin, but
slim.
I do think they are. They're solid. Their starting lineup 1 through 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just, when they're clicking, it's pretty scary. I mean, we've seen them. They made it to the final. Was that last year or 2 years ago when Baycott stepped through the court? Was that 2 years ago?
I think it was 2 because they didn't make it last.
Oh yeah, they were
because they were the first ever preseason number 1 to not make.
That's what it was. Yeah, but 2 years ago when Baycott stepped through the floor, some crazy, insane. But I love this UNC squad.
I do too. I do too. They're also one of the they're one of the only teams that, if the bracket came out today, that isn't a 1 seed, that has the potential to become a 1 seed.
Yeah.
So I like North Carolina winning it. Virginia, I don't want to spend too much time because I don't want to come off as an asshole. But genuinely, bottom of my heart, I love defense. I love seeing teams lock in on defense. They are my least fun team to watch in all of college basketball. It's not fun. And you saw yesterday with Duke what happens when that defense isn't working because they don't have the offense, so they just get stomped out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got a little bit of hate. Shout out Jacob Groves, though. He was on the Eastern team that did make the tournament last time. So shout out him. But anyways, UNC for us.
Yep. ACC done.
And then you
Big 12.
And then you get this.
I'm gonna eat my popcorn. What do you got? What do you got here, man?
Dude, so this one was so difficult. This one was so difficult. There's so many good teams. I landed on the team that I think that is number 1, that deserves to be number 1. That transferred, and people said, hey, well, they're going to get like 7-8 losses. This is the best conference in college basketball. And they're sitting with 3. And it's Houston. They have my favorite player in all of college basketball, Jamal Shed. Just gritty. He does all the right things. Sometimes his game isn't sexy, but he does everything right. Yep. He is the heart of that team. He's diving on the ball for loose. He's diving on the floor for loose balls. He's able to man the offense. He's guarding teams' best guards. He's just working his ass off. This Houston team, I was going to reference it a little later. I have 3 teams that I think can win a championship, and Houston is one of those 3. Very dangerous. Iowa State has beaten Houston. They've proven they can do it. Baylor is coming off a great game against Kansas. BYU went into Kansas and beat them. Kansas, to me, not a contender. That's just my thing. They can win the Big 12, but winning it all, your bench is god awful, and Kevin McCullough is not 100%. If you want a sleeper, though, Texas. Max Asmus, who was on that Oral Roberts team, is a bucket getter, athleticism at the big position. I really, really like Texas. I'm just going to come out and say it. When brackets come out, they may or may not go on a run. And when I say they may or may not go on a run, depending on who they get, I'm talking they could go Elite 8 type, Final 4 type run.
So I feel like, look at us just setting each other up today.
Oh, man.
I got Texas, man.
God, this is why you're my co-host, Mo. This is why you're the GOAT.
I got Texas, man. Max Abesmith transfers senior year. They start off ranked, solid non-conference start. Couple interesting losses. Up and down season, 500 in conference, but the Big 12 is probably, if not one of the best, if not the best conference in basketball this year.
Yeah.
I love the Texas team. They're old, they're experienced.
under the radar a little bit.
Under the radar now, especially in this loaded Big 12. You talked about a little. Do you think you think they make it in if they don't win? There's no way.
Yeah. Yes.
You think so?
I think so, because they've played really well. Now, listen, don't tempt fate.
Yep. No, like, for sure. Don't go out first round. Don't go out first round.
Don't go out. But I think if you are able to win one, I think you're good. Maybe even not one. It's interesting because in the Big 12, you have Oklahoma, who started off the season in near the top 10.
Yeah.
And they've kind of just trickled down. It took a Houston game winner from my guy, Jamal Shed, yesterday to come through. This is a conference that really does feel like a pick'em. I love Texas. I think they're dangerous.
Yeah.
It's going to depend on who they draw.
Yes. Not knowing the full standings yet, it's a little tough, but
if I'm going off just teams, what I've seen a lot of Texas ball this year. I love Max Asmus. I am sticking with Houston. Iowa State is great too. I like Baylor, but they're young, and their defense isn't great. It's got much to be desired. But MEAC, their big man, and Jacoby Walter are both NBA guys.
Yep.
If you're looking to tune into a game, Baylor's very fun, and they could definitely be a Sweet 16 Elite 8 team. I don't quite know if the defense is sound enough to win a championship, though.
Yeah, for sure.
I love your Texas pick, though, man.
Thank you.
I do. I'm not mad.
It's a scary one, but they're really damn good team.
They are. They are. And then
jumping over
Metro
to the MAAC.
MAAC. Yep. This is one you got to go with a bit of a bid stealer for me, not you, but I'm speaking for myself. I've got Fairfield. They have a trio of guards who are just electric.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is a one bid league. You either win your conference or you don't. So if you're a team like Siena, if you're a team like Manhattan, this is your season. It doesn't matter that you have 6 wins. It doesn't matter that you have 4 wins. You go out there and you win it. Obviously, St. Peter's went on that incredible run a couple seasons ago.
Insane.
But yeah, I've got Fairfield being a mini bid stealer. It's not like anything big, but that's who I've got. Who have you got, Mo?
For me, in this one, I'm going with top ranked squad, Quinnipiac.
Yep,
Bobcats.
Been great.
Cooking so far to end the season off. They're kind of a experienced roster as well, and they don't have tournament experience, but just older roster. Got some vets. I think they can chart this conference tourney and get it done as the 1 seed. Get a little bye there too, which is nice. So I'm gonna take the Bobcats in this one, but
not mad at that too. That was my second place.
Yep.
Metro.
Jumping over to the American. Very fun. Very fun.
Yeah.
But I have my pick.
Mm-hmm. Take it away.
They've not had the season that people were probably expecting after what they did last year. But that experience, that run, that basic same team coming back for them, that got it done. I'm going with Florida Atlantic to win the conference and make it in to March again.
Yeah.
And like I said, they're basically the same team that made it. I can see them going on a run again. They are they have shot makers, they have size, they have
saw it last year.
They have it all. They're just we saw it last year. Is it Johnny Davis? I'm sorry if I think it's Johnny Davis. Yeah. Absolute heater. I forget. I was watching one Florida Atlantic game this year, and he just couldn't miss. He had like damn near 40. And it was a back and forth game. Like he won them the game because of his shot making. Seeing that, I know he can do it in March. I know he can do it in the conference tourney. Yeah. I'm sticking with the Night Owls.
Not mad. They have given me slight cause for concern, and it's just the way they've played recently. You highlighted it as well of like they came into this season and I was thinking 3 seed. I was thinking 4 seed. Like that was the range I was imagining because they're basically running it back, and they were a Final Four team last year, and now they're setting themselves up to be in the exact same spot where it's like, hey, they're gonna have to be a 7, 8, 9. And they're going to have to fight a 1 seed in the second round if they get there. And that's difficult. They're locked in, though. Oh, I would assume. I feel like even if they lose their first game, they're probably still in.
Yeah.
I have a team who is ranked for the first time in its school's history. I've got USF, 15 straight dubs. They are on fire right now.
Yeah.
They're just one of those teams, man. They are the prototype. They're going to be like a 12 seed. Prototype. 12 seed, go on a run. If you're looking for the most generic, the most standard team to do that in all of college basketball, it's them.
Yep.
It's just what's going to happen. They have a chance at an at-large bid, but don't tempt fate. We say it with all these guys. Don't leave it up to the committee to say, you're in or you're not. Go out there and win it. Memphis is playing better basketball. They were a fringe top 10 team going into this season.
Yeah.
Things did not go well, but they've kind of bounced back. They look like a team that has the potential to go on a bit of a run, but I'm all in on the USF train. They've been playing a great brand of basketball. Really this entire conference. And this is a good one too. This is a good conference to be doing that against. So
100%.
I'm a believer.
I'm not mad at your pick. They were, if Florida Atlantic didn't go on a run last year and it wasn't the same team, I would not be picking them. But
yeah. Without it, I can't be mad at that either. They have the talent.
For sure.
Yeah. Big East.
The Big East.
Damn.
With a fraud.
Whoa.
In
a fraud. What are we talking about here?
I got my pick.
I've got my pick too, but fraud. Okay, no, you got to kick it off now. You can't call a team a fraud and then I start. You got to kick it off.
It hurts to say because I'm a Shock Smart fan, but Marquette, bro, they're gonna make the tournament even if they don't win.
Yeah, they can lose game 1 and it's fine.
Doesn't matter. It's gonna be a hard pick for me first round, depending on who they get.
Damn,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm so suspect. So suspect.
I can't disagree. I mean, Tyler Kolek is out, and that is the reason for me why I'm like, well, if Tyler Kolek's out, I don't even know if you're a Sweet 16 team.
Yeah.
Like, he's that good. He's that 100%.
100%. But Creighton, I love what they're doing over there. They've made it to the Big East championship the last few two or three straight years and haven't gotten it done. They've lost in the final. Yeah. So I'm not gonna pick them either. I'm going with UConn.
It's the boring pick.
It is the boring pick, but this team, we touched on it briefly when we first touched on March, and then they went on to
lose the next game,
blown out the next day after our video.
Oh man!
But I'm doubling down.
Yeah,
I love this squad. They are same team as the team basically that won it all last year. A couple differences, but same core.
Better.
But
I think they're better.
They're locked, man. Yeah. They've been on a different level this year. Couple tough losses, but that was college basketball this year. There was no undefeated. There was no one loss, two loss. Everyone took their L's this year. So
yeah, when we fill our brackets out in a video mode, it's going to be hard to pick a single 1 seed to go Final Four.
It's going to be that's crazy. That's crazy.
It's been that kind of season. I have UConn as well. I love Creighton. I think they're very good. If Tyler Kolek is out, that kind of cans Marquette for me, and not just in the Big East. Their season, and I like Marquette. I had Marquette in my Final Four last year. Like I was really big, and they have a lot of those same components, especially in the guard play.
Yeah,
Villanova with a big win yesterday against Providence at Providence that essentially kicks Providence out of the bubble and keeps them in.
Yep.
I will just say the sleeper, the one team in here you don't want to tread against. Seton Hall as well. They got curb stomped earlier this morning against UConn.
Yeah.
And they beat UConn earlier this year. So it was a business trip
for sure
for the Huskies of hey, by the way,
not so fast.
We don't do that again.
Yep.
The sleeper team, Rick Pitino in his white suit in St. John's.
Oh, I cannot believe I forgot to talk about him, bro.
My goodness. They were gone. They weren't even in bubble talks, let alone on the bubble.
Rick interview, like, this has been one of the toughest, or like what I forget what he said, but it was just the quote was insane. Like, if I was a player on his team, it probably did work, because since then they have been completely different.
Yeah.
But like, if I was a player and I heard what he said, I was like, bro, what? Damn. Really? Me? Worst that he's had in his 50 years of
and he's done a lot of coaching, man.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
Yeah. But no, I like St. John's, man. I can't lie. I thank you for bringing him up.
Yeah. Yeah. I think if there's one team, if you're looking for a dark horse, if you're looking for a team that isn't UConn, that isn't Marquette, that isn't Creighton, I don't want to mess with St. John's. They've played themselves into a spot to where even if they don't win the Big East, if they can get to the chip and lose a close one to UConn, I mean, I don't see how they're not in.
They gotta make it in even if they win. Yeah, I don't. You think it's got to be they got to make it to the chip to get in?
I think.
Or let's say they win. It'll be to clear all to err on the side of caution, making it to the chip. That's got to be cash.
Yeah, I think if they do that, and again, it's so dependent on how every other team wins. Hey, St. John's, hey, Ricky P, as you know, if you want to get in, just win the Big East. It's super easy. That conference isn't good at all. It'll be light. Even without Tyler Kolek, Marquette is still a very competent team. So it should be easy. Villanova's trending up. So it'll be light. But if I were making my bracket of teams I just want to see in, it would be like High Point. It would be Drake. It would be Wake Forest. It would be St. John's. It would be those kind of teams.
Yeah.
So again, we both have UConn winning, but I got to give my respect to Pitino right now. He's got St. John's trending in the right direction.
100%.
Big Ten. Oy.
A mammoth.
Yeah, a literal mammoth in this conference.
Yeah.
A literal giant.
Dude, I still don't have a decision for this one. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a very difficult one. I have the boring pick. I've got Purdue. I just don't know how you stop Zach Edey here. I like Nebraska.
That's what I was leaning towards.
They're a home court hero. They do not win on the road. They do not win at what's the word I'm looking for?
Neutral site.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
At neutral site games. So they're a home court hero. So I can't have them win the Big Ten, especially when Illinois is a very quality team. Iowa is trending up. Ohio State fires their head coach, and now all of a sudden they're a different basketball team.
Yep.
You can't count out Tom Izzo in March, no matter how far down Michigan State is trending.
Yeah.
Northwestern is playing good ball. Wisconsin, to me, and I know I mean this with no due disrespect, they're fraudulent. And it really doesn't matter who they get in the first round. I'm probably having them get upset. So,
wow.
Yeah, I don't trust Wisconsin at all.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I've got Purdue. It's boring, but ZD. Holy crap!
That's kind of a fire nickname.
ZD. No, I'm coining that. ZD is hooping.
Yeah, that's fire.
No Sopranos. Mom, where's my fucking ZD? But literally, Zach Edey is on fire right now. I don't know how you stop him, man. Illinois is great too, though. Go ahead.
I wanted to go Nebraska.
Yeah.
I want to go Illinois. I wanted to go Iowa. They've been looking great. I'm gonna be boring. I'm going Purdue. As much as I don't think they're gonna hit their goals this season,
I agree.
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt in the conference tourney. Probably the best team in the conference.
Agreed. 1 seed, no matter what.
Yeah. For sure.
And again, I feel like we both kind of feel the same way about if they can win a chip.
Yes.
Or not.
Yes.
But in terms of the Big Ten, I think they're the best team in it. You can argue they're the best team right now, and I wouldn't fight you on it. So I just feel like Purdue's the team to beat a little bit.
100%.
Yeah.
The Big West.
The Big W.
I didn't realize that the Big West was just like California, University of California galore plus some stragglers. But you going with the UC school? I'm assuming the odds are pretty good there.
I do. I've got Irvine.
I do as well.
Winning it again. UC San Diego. I'm sorry, but you're still not eligible. So it doesn't matter that you're second in the conference. It's bullshit. I have a couple things in sports that I just really don't like.
Yeah,
that is one of them. If they transfer to a new division, they transfer to a whatever, they move up, eligible year one.
Why? Yeah, why would they not be? Yeah,
and it hurts them too with transfers because it's like, oh well, I can't play in the tournament.
I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah. Max Asmith became a household name in college basketball at Oral Roberts, hooped, and then transferred to Texas.
Yeah.
The other guy who played there too, I'm blanking on his name. He was incredible on that run as well. He was a wing who transferred to Texas Tech and put basketball on notice. So I think it's BS, but yes, I do have UC Irvine with you. They've just been on fire in the Big West.
Been on fire, top 2 in offense, best in defense in the conference. It kind of seems like they're conference tourney to lose, but
they could be as high as a 13, I think, as well. So if you're looking to tune in 13, 14, if you're looking to tune into one of those big swings when you're filling out your bracket, I think the Big West is a conference to pay attention to.
100%.
And we go to the Mid-East.
The Mid-East. Yeah.
Yeah. This is another one that Norfolk has kind of also become a staple over recent years. I've got them winning it. They're 9-1 in their last 10. They're playing some great basketball. Yeah, I mean, it just kind of feels like them.
I'm actually gonna go with the North Carolina.
Yeah.
Central Eags.
Yeah.
They are leading the conference in points, leading the conference in field goal percentage, leading the conference in points allowed. Yeah. Obviously, stats are just a number on a page. Anything can happen in a real basketball game. But again, as a journalist, I'm gonna be honest, don't know that much about this conference, and I'm just roll off the stats. But I feel like it's a kind of 2-team race here as well. So
I will say I'll use this as a quick opportunity to at least explain one thing. So when it comes to college basketball, I tune super in right after the Super Bowl. Basically, the day that I follow college basketball all year, but the day the Super Bowl ends, I go, okay, I need to see all the top teams playing multiple games. I want to see, my kind of rule of thumb, I want to see every tournament team play at least one full game. Yeah. And then I've watched every conference tournament game for every league. So for these teams that I don't have as much to say about as obviously the Big East or the ACC or the Big Ten, this is where I'm going to learn. I'm going to see Norfolk play all the games. I'm going to see NC Central. And so that's the great thing about conference tournaments is it's how good is this team right before March Madness, and you get the opportunity to see that.
Anything can happen.
Absolutely.
The team that had a horrible conference schedule, didn't do jack, and
I love those.
Flip it on, and
I love it.
Go on a huge run. It's awesome.
It's what makes March Madness my favorite thing in sports. Period.
You're getting the highest competitive level that you can possibly get.
Yeah,
everyone has a shot, and they control their destiny. So
I agree with you. But now, Mo, go ahead. I'm not going to say a word until you get your picks out. Go ahead.
The Boise State Broncos have been on a different level. Tyson Dagenhart should be Mountain West Player of the Year. I know LeDee is going to win it from San Diego State. It's already probably solidified.
He's been amazing.
He's been amazing. No knock on him. But Tyson and Omar Stanley and Chibuzo Ugbo and Max Rice and Roddy Anderson have been cooking, man. We are playing our best basketball of the season at the perfect time. We got a couple big games to end the season off. We got Nevada. We got San Diego State on Friday. That's going to be huge. We beat them at home. See if we can get them on the road. I'm rocking with my Broncos. There might be a little bias. They are the team that I've watched in this conference the most, obviously, not missing a single game, meaning I've watched a lot of these other teams as well.
Absolutely.
It's a four-headed monster in the Mountain West. Utah State can win it. Nevada can win it. San Diego State can win it. I'll make it 5 or 6. I'll throw New Mexico, Colorado State. They were ranked. This conference was insane this year. It was beautiful to watch.
Yeah. I think they're 7. I truly think they're 7.
Who's the 7? Who's your 7? UNLV, Wyoming?
UNLV is sneakily in this conference out of the blue, kind of saying, hey, listen, we know there's 6 probable tournament teams.
Yeah.
But guess what? We might make it 7.
Yeah.
And for the Mountain West, it has been my favorite conference to tune into. Obviously, you being a Boise State fan, I love watching them for that. Yep. But dude, Utah State, incredible. Nevada, incredible. San Diego State, we know what they can do. They made it to the chip last year.
That feels like a fever dream. Like
out of the Mountain West. Like,
yep.
You have UNLV playing their best basketball at the right time. New Mexico, who has been on the bubble and has been like, okay, all you got to do is win this one and you're in. Win this one, then I guess. Can you win? They're making it hard on themselves.
They are. They're
I
lucky the conference is as good as it is this year, because if it was a regular Mountain West conference, they'd probably already be out of dogs. But just because of how good the conference has been, credit to all the teams in the conference for going out, leveling up.
Yeah,
they're still alive. So
it's so good. You have Colorado State, who was near the top 10 ranked this year. They were on fire.
Yeah.
But my pick,
Isaiah Stevens is diff.
He's a dog, man.
He's diff. Talk about guard play. He is one of the better guards in the country. I can't lie.
Agreed. Agreed. I think there is a case that, because this conference has been fun because it's just tournament teams cannibalizing themselves.
Yeah, there's been. I thought San Diego State was going to run away. I thought Utah State was going to run away, but
no,
we've all just throwing heavyweight shots at each other. Yeah.
And it's been awesome as an outsider. It's been cool. Obviously, I feel like, when your friends are fans of teams, or if they're at the university or whatever, you appreciate them more. So like I tune into Boise State games, which is why I have them winning this. They're, as you said, man, they're playing their best basketball. They have the rebounding play, to me, to go on a bit of a run. Depending on how they go, they've got to win that first March Madness game. That the stigma, they still can't do it.
Yep.
This feels like the year. This
Broncos
team is good.
It does. My only worry, we're our shot blocking. We don't have crazy size. We play bigger than we are, just because of how well we rebound and how well we play defense. So we just got to keep that up, keep up the boards. We've lost a couple games due to our rebounding ability, sometimes giving up too many second chance points and all that. So couple worries, but every team has their weaknesses and strengths, and it's all about fine-tuning that for when the time is right. So
this conference tournament is going to be incredible.
Insane, dude.
So excited to tune into every game. It's basically a mini March Madness. That's why I love these conference tourneys. But the Mountain West, when you have 6, potentially 7 tourney teams all going at it, this is an opportunity to really raise your seeding for 100%. A lot of these teams. Or if you're UNLV, to get in. So it's going to be a blast. I'm super excited.
For sure. Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
The Pac-12, the final Pac-12 conference tourney.
That's its own video, so I'll reserve.
Yeah.
But it's kind of been mid.
Yeah. The Mountain West has been better.
By far.
Yep.
By far. The Mountain West might not have an Arizona where it's okay, this is a 1 seed at minimum 2.
Yeah.
But what they do have is significant depth over the Pac-12 in terms of tourney teams.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seed galore. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I like Arizona a lot. WSU has been a team as well that I think could go on a run.
You put me on. What was the stat that you have for WSU?
They have the tallest starting lineup in all of college basketball. I think their smallest guy is 6'3".
Nutty.
It's just
nutty. Yes.
Yeah, that's they're dangerous. If I was making my tournament off teams I want to see in, Colorado is in. Cody Williams is going to be a top 5 pick in the NBA. Jalen J-Dubs, brother, hooper. He's super lengthy, a great defender, can take it to the cup. Tristan Da Silva is amazing. And if you want to talk about electric guard play, KJ Simpson is a hooper, one of my favorite players in college basketball. So I really love Colorado. They're my sleeper team to win the Pac-12.
Yeah.
It's sleeper is UW for the same reasons I said.
For sure.
Oregon is getting hot at the right time. Utah as well, I'll give my respect to. They're probably the third most likely in this conference to make the tournament.
Yeah.
I've got Arizona, and this goes back to our Appalachian State JMU talk when you said App State beat JMU twice. And I said, man, it's real hard to beat a team 3 times.
Yep.
WSU having that over Arizona. Arizona's too good to beat 3 times.
Yeah.
In theory, I love WSU. I think they're on an Elite 8 type path, depending on what they get.
Yeah.
But Arizona is a very good team, and they're going to look to bounce back from a disappointing year as well. Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. I forgot. Thank you for bringing up Colorado. They were ranked to start the season after a couple dubs. And work their way up, but just a up and down year. Obviously, we thought USC was going to be a lot better than they ended up being.
So disappointing.
But yeah, Zona, Omar, they're locked. Omar got the Tommy. Omar and Tommy Chem is up.
It is
kind of a similar squad to the team that made it last year on a little run, but
looking for some revenge.
I wanted to go WSU, man. I really did. But I don't think they could do it again for the third time. We could be idiots for that. But
I think WSU is the second best team in this conference, and depending on how their bracket is, they could go further than Arizona. But I think for the Pac-12, similar to kind of how I picked Purdue, I feel that way about Arizona. So sticking with the Wildcats.
Yep. The good old SEC.
Oh, baby.
This one's interesting.
It is. It has my favorite to win the championship in this conference.
Which I do know this one, and I need you to expand on that because I am very far from your side.
And well, I respect the honesty. Tennessee is a team too where I liked them throughout the season. I liked them, but I didn't love them, and it wasn't a knock on them necessarily. I just wasn't the biggest believer. As the season has unfolded, I have come to love Tennessee more than any team in college basketball right now. Dalton Knecht is an absolute bucket. If I'm ranking top 3 favorite players in college basketball, he's in there. He can give you 25 a night. The difference and the reason I feel this way about Tennessee after last night, they went into Tuscaloosa. Dalton Knecht is in foul trouble. He's only got 13 points to end the game. During the second half, it's sketchy. Bama, as you know, can put up 110, 115. They can't guard it. They might give up 120. But they can put up 115. But Tennessee came out and still won. Dalton Knecht in foul trouble. All of their other guys stepped up. Zakai Ziegler, who was out last year as a guard, and a big reason why I had them getting upset early last year, which they didn't do, is back. He's healthy, and he's playing very well. Tennessee has some good size. They have some great defensive wings. Knecht is that guy. And if I was filling out a bracket today without knowing matchups, anything, picking my favorite to win it, I would go with Tennessee. And I think depending on how the Pac-12 pans out, has a real chance of becoming a 1 seed and hopping Arizona. That's why I've got Tennessee. I'm a believer.
I respect. Nothing there I can disagree with.
Yeah.
So respect, but for me personally, I got the Wildcats of Kentucky.
They're hot right now.
They're hot. They're a little bit deeper than the normal blue blood Kentucky team is. They're young, but they are they're young but wise squad. I feel like they're they're like the way they play. Their offense can carry them to victories, but they're also pretty solid on D. Not too bad.
That's what scares me. I don't think they're good.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're borderline can't win a championship because of it. This is me.
Yeah. I don't have them as a championship winning team either, but I like this Kentucky team. I think they can go on a little run.
I do too. They're fully capable of winning the SEC. Like, don't get it twisted.
For sure.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a tough road. They're gonna have to go through probably a South Carolina or a Bama or Tennessee's gonna be. I agree. I don't think South Carolina is that good, to be honest. Like, they're solid, but I don't know.
I put them in the Wisconsin camp where it's like, I don't necessarily, like, no hater, not even trying to be a hater. I don't think it matters who they play. I don't think they're serious at all. Same with Ole Miss. They've kind of played themselves out of the bubble. No hate, but thankfully their resume is not good.
Yeah.
Bama, we kind of touched on. They can score enough to win it. They can score enough to beat literally anyone.
Yes.
But their defense is suspect, to say the least.
Yeah.
Auburn is a team I really like, but man, they can't seem to beat the teams that are ahead of them.
Yep.
And that worries me on a run. Florida's playing their best basketball, which I guess it's ironic or hypocritical to tout Florida up and South Carolina down when South Carolina just beat Florida. But that's just how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Mississippi State. Nah. No disrespect. I feel like it's between Tennessee, Bama, and Kentucky.
Yeah. I would agree with that take.
Yeah. As many know, because they have tuned into Kentucky games because it's Kentucky, Rob Dillingham is amazing, an NBA guy.
Yeah.
Justin Edwards, who was supposed to be this top 10 pick, hasn't quite found his stride, but he is finding it. And he, I think, is the X factor for Kentucky that can help lead them on a bit of a run. So
100%.
Yeah, not mad at your Kentucky pick there.
Thank you, sir. We now go to the Southwestern Athletic, the SWAC.
The SWAC, baby. It's an awesome nickname.
Well, good acronym.
Acronym. Thank you.
Gotcha.
It's a tough. They're really bunched up. This whole conference
is very bunched up. Yeah,
they're dogpiling.
No real clear-cut favorite in my eyes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the hot hand right now.
Yeah,
I'm not sure why. Not sure how. They've won their last 6, the highest in the conference.
Yeah,
give me Alcorn.
Wow, you need a bid stealer.
Bid stealer. I don't have one yet. Debatable ones, but I'm gonna go off on a limb here and go with Alcorn to pull out the SWAC. Don't really have much to back up my pick here, guys. I can't lie. I'm running.
That's fair. I have Grambling winning. They started the season 2-10, and you might be saying, "Damn, how did they right this ship? Like, who were they playing going 2-10?" Well, this is who they played: Iowa State, WSU, Florida, Drake, Colorado. You played arguably 5 tournament teams in those 5 or in those 10 losses, And Iowa State's like a 2-3 seed. WSU is like 5-6. Florida 7, somewhere in that ballpark. Drake is going to compete for their conference, and Colorado is a bubble team. Yep. So when you look at Grambling, they've played the best of the best. They've played high quality tournament teams, and I'm kind of trusting that experience in this. It's going to be a tough conference. This team could potentially have to play in the first, 4 games to even get in as a 16 seed, even if they win the SWAC. But I think they're a quality team that's been tried enough to go through and win it.
2-10 is crazy, but with the teams read off, that's to be expected.
Yeah, because I think they're 16 and
15 and 13.
Yeah, which is so they went 14-3. Wait,
damn.
Yeah, like that's, I don't know if my math's right.
We might be off by one.
I'm more of a mental sport. I'm not a mental math guy, so but regardless, they've been hot. They've been hot at the right time, so that's why I've got Grambling.
Yep, I like the pick, man. That is crazy that they would schedule that hard of a non-conference schedule.
I was looking at their matchups, like holy.
They set themselves up for ultimate failure and completely just turned it around, or maybe they were just confident.
2-10.
Maybe they were confident in their ability to get the SWAC done, but
I kind of like it. I like being in this conference where like you kind of get beat up a little bit, but you're trying yourself against top teams. Like it's a trial by fire, basically, is what you're doing. So
100%.
Yeah. 5 left.
Jumping from the SWAC to the WAC.
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. Man,
are we supporting our numerous friends and loping up? Are you going with one of the Texas squads to knock them off their high throne?
I don't think, and I might be wrong, I think Tarleton State also cannot get in.
Okay.
Which is, again, ridiculous. I might be wrong. Yeah. Cue the SpongeBob noise. I will be loping up. I've got GCU winning. They've had slight cause for concern.
Yeah.
Seattle U is another interesting one, but I think GCU is a team where if they win the WAC, they can also be a potential like 12 seed.
Yeah.
Potentially playing a South Carolina or one of those Wisconsin, one of those teams that I was kind of highlighting.
Yeah.
And I would pick Grand Canyon because of it. They've had a bit of a slide recently, which does kind of concern me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to trust what they've been all year, and that's a pretty quality team. So
quality team, great guards.
Yeah.
I'm loping up as well.
Yeah. They've been amazing this year.
Yep. Conference USA.
Mm-hmm. It's been a good one over the years.
Yeah, there's been some solid teams come out of here. New Mexico State has been one for me that comes to mind.
Yep, Liberty.
Liberty.
Sam Houston recently.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, there's been some good teams in March in this conference. Yeah, I'm going with the heavy hitter. I'm going with Louisiana Tech. Their wings are very solid. Definitely the core of their team. And I think, sometimes you just got to trust the best team. And in that case, I'm going with Louisiana Tech.
They started their season off, played in Colorado State, lost by 8. And then they've kind of cruised along in conference. I just, again, think it's their conference to lose.
Agreed.
Top of the conference in offense, top of the conference in defense. Taking Lou Tech.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. This is a fun. This has another team.
Let's let's lock it in right now.
Yeah,
I'm super high on this McNeese team, bro.
Yes.
I didn't realize I was until about last night, but they're locked, dude.
Yeah.
This team is fire, offensive juggernaut.
Yeah.
Just loaded. What you got for McNeese today?
Yeah. For those who don't know, Will Wade from LSU, when some things happened with recruiting and all that, he went over to McNeese. And you're seeing what is happening now with McNeese, 16-1 in conference. They're a team that is poised to go on a run.
Yes.
They've been playing amazing basketball. As you said, offensively, juggernaut. Just like going to be tough to beat them. Very, very well-rounded as well. It's not just one guy. It's a group of guys. But Shahada Wells, who I want to say he was a TCU transfer, is putting up 17.6 points per game, the leader of that McNeese squad. Will Wade, obviously, with March Madness experience. This is a really fun team. Again, if you're looking to kind of tune into some of these mid-majors that could bust some brackets, tune into McNeese because they will probably be there in March, and they will be a difficult out.
And I'm just finding this out. Lou Tech, one of their 3 losses in the non-conference slate.
The McNeese boys.
Yep. If I'm taking Lou Tech in Conference USA, I'm gonna take McNeese to win the Southland.
I think they're dangerous, man. I'm really excited to see that conference play out.
I said offensive juggernaut, very good defensive team too. Obviously, we don't have that much of representation outside of their conference, but they beat a Big 12 Michigan team. Obviously, Michigan not the same Michigan as
it's been bad, man.
No, but that's still a great win for them, and I like it, man. I agree. I think this is depending on what seed they get, depending on who they get, could go on a little run.
Go on a run, man. Yep. And I'm not just saying a 1-game upset. They could be that double-digit team that winds up in the Elite Eight. And McNeese, they've got that. I think USF is another team that has that. I think Gonzaga did have that potential with the way they've been playing, but it looks like they won't. It doesn't look like, but there's potential that they could not even be a double-digit seed. So we'll have to wait and see with that. But
for sure.
The
final two, the MAAC,
the final 2, longest vid yet. We said it. We said it would be our longest vid, and it lived up to that.
32 teams. We're almost done. I'm going top heavy here.
I am too.
I'm going Akron.
Toledo's a close second to me.
Toledo is a very close second. Very good offense, solid defense.
Yeah.
But Akron, I think, is more rounded. I think they're better defensively.
Yeah. Top 100 defense in college.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, so, no, I'm sold. I'm sold.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, there's some things that just take you far in March. It's vets, it's defense, it's guard play. Those are some of the main things you look for. Depth is another one that you can look at. But I think kind of the holy trinity, it's having guard play, it's having depth, it's having defense, it's that kind of stuff, and having a guy. And I think Akron has the makings to win the MAAC.
For sure. Our last, but definitely not least.
No, great one to end on.
For sure. The Ivy League. The Smarties.
The Smarties.
This one, it's tough. I feel like, as the stats say, a lot of people are going to go Princeton. They've looked great this year. Mm-hmm. Similar to some Princeton teams that have made the tournament in the past.
Last year.
Was it last year?
Where they knocked off Zona.
Oh, damn,
as a 15. Yeah.
Oh, Damn, bro. I thought that was like 2 or 3. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, that little nugget. Yeah. Are you taking the Tigers?
I am, and it feels, the Ivy League is a conference that I respect. They have been able to show up in March. Obviously, Yale has had some nice moments. Cornell is obviously a team that is in the running to win the Ivy League. Brown is playing better. Their record isn't great, but they're above 500 in conference play.
Yep.
But I've got Princeton. Princeton is another team that I think can be somewhere in like the 11 seed range. When the bracket comes out, if they win it.
Yeah.
Xavier Lee is putting up a guard is putting up 17.9 points per game. He was on the team last year. That obviously went on that run. I like Princeton. I think if it's not them, Yale is a close second.
Yeah.
But the Princeton is another team that will be a double-digit seed that I think can do some damage.
Yeah, I'm a roll with the Tigers as well.
Yeah,
just kind of cruise along in the conference, solid non-conference play as well.
Yeah,
and I completely just spaced that it was last year that they knocked off Arizona, so
yeah,
they got that same mojo coming back, top of the Ivy League. Go
that
on,
confidence.
Win the conference tourney, build it up even more, and maybe see another first round upset to kick off March Madness this year. But
yeah, I love it.
I love it, man. This was fire.
This was fun. Our longest, I think, going forward, like with some of these March Madness videos, lock in and expect some longer ones.
If you guys got stuff to do, throw us on, a little background.
Yeah. You're driving around, you're doing the dishes, you're doing laundry, you're kicking it at the crib, you're playing some 2K and you throw a podcast on in the background. That's what I do, at least when I want to relieve some of the suffering of playing 2K.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
For sure.
But yeah, or if you're like, hey, man, if you're a fan of one of these teams, you're like, what are they saying about my conference? You're a South Florida fan. You're like, oh, let's see. You can do that too, but if you watch this whole thing, thank you. We appreciate it. Very excited.
Yeah,
for March Madness, for the brackets, for all of our content we're gonna make, to follow it.
It's coming.
It's coming. If this bracket is anything like this season, lock in. It's about to get wild.
And another sidebar, if it is anything like this season, do not take any of our picks and place money on them.
My goodness, thank you.
Do not hold us responsible for any financial
no, please,
displeasures, and
if you do, that's on you.
That is,
we've put a disclaimer.
We did put a disclaimer, and this season has been one for the ages, so
it's been so good, man.
Only time will tell. I think it's leading up to one of the, knock on wood, I have a feeling this might be one of the better March Madnesses we've seen in our time on this earth.
I agree, man.
I'm so excited.
We're in for a classic. These conference games are going to be awesome. So many awesome teams fighting for the same spot.
Yeah.
Obviously we've got our schools that we're going to rep, that we're going to hope can get into March. So when we're filling out our brackets, we can talk about our schools. But it's going to be fun, man. I can't wait. I seriously can't wait. And I'm getting a new laptop here. I've been bragging every day, but I'm excited. And so we about to get a little upgrade in the video quality. What I'm saying? I've had this MacBook for like 5 years. I love her, but it's time to let her go. I think Ed Sheeran said that. So shout out him.
Shout out Ed.
But we're ready for March, and I bet Ed Sheeran's ready to fill out some brackets too, baby.
Oh, yeah, he is. But speaking about Ed Sheeran,
You got an Ed Sheeran song of the pod, Mom?
Unless you have anything else to add. Are we ready for it?
Hell no. Let's get it.
All right. Song of the pod. It is not Ed Sheeran.
Oh, damn.
The song from Fortnite. I found on the Fortnite radio.
Oh,
but it's fire. Hold on. It's fire. It's gas. Eric Doa kickstand.
Yeah, that song is good when you're driving around in Fortnite.
Fortnite, bro. It hits.
Oh, man, Mo.
So then I listened to it outside on my phone in the real world, and it still hit. So before you knock it,
Mo,
Fort can provide heaters.
Fire. That's so fun. The fact you started off, this is your career achievement at this point.
Bro.
Because
Thanks,
you really kicked off Song of the Pod with, it's a song from Fortnite, paused, and then said it's in Fortnite. It's not a Fortnite song. You had to let the people know, like, hold up, we're not talking about like
it wasn't the
dude. Mo, I thought you were gonna say one of the like Fortnite song remakes that people do.
A DJ, okay, yeah.
Oh my, the like fish. This
Okay.
is awful. No one is
sorry, guys. Yeah, no, people have been clicked off, bro.
Yeah, and I can't blame them. The moment they heard the Song of the Pod was associated with Fortnite, they were like, "Okay, they're trolling."
Eric Doa kickstand. I'm not. I wish I was trolling. That's where I found this song.
I respect the honesty.
Yep.
I have got, it's just a totally different world. I've got one of my favorite love songs of all time. I'm so full of love right now with March, ready to explode. Whoa. Heaven Can Wait by Michael Jackson, MJ, the King of Pop. Incredible. It's one of my favorite songs ever, one of the best love songs ever. A little late Michael as well, which I enjoy. I know it's a bit contentious, but that's my guy. I'm in love with this month, and we're in love with some college hoops, and I'm in love with the song. Let's get it, Mo. We're excited, baby.
Love the vid. We thank you guys.
Yeah.
Joining us on our longest video yet.
Yeah, by
a mile.
By a mile, yeah.
Hope you guys learned a little something. Hopefully you got a couple sleepers now as you get ready to fill out your brackets, and we'll see here how we did on our conference tourney winners. But
we'll have to make a start our bracket video saying how many we got right. Yeah, because that'll be gas. But yeah, feel free to fill out your brackets. I don't know the website. I think I just looked up conference pick'em. Yeah. So I'm sure if you go there, if you want to, fill your own bracket out and see how right you are, feel free to do that. But yeah, that's today's video.
Yep. We thank y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Have a great week. Enjoy college basketball tournaments and the finishing of the regular season, if that applies to you. We'll see you on Friday. Another heater.
Yep. Another one. We've got plenty of content. We appreciate y'all watching. Go Eags. Go win the Big Sky. I'm trying to see y'all when I fill out my bracket. Much love. We'll catch y'all in the next video.
Peace out, everyone.
Peace out.